Welcome back to it, Afternoon Express, live here on S3. Open up to expressing yourself, because this evening we're joined by the cast of Clover. We've got the Sachis in the house. We've got all of our favorites joining us, and we're putting them, to a bit of work in the kitchen, and we're making this time around Japanese crumpets, which are made using an egg separation method. And yes, I know I've confused you all, but basically this is where the egg whites are whisked separately and then gently folded into the batter, making them pillowy and soft in texture. You want to either lay on them or munch them. Honestly, stuff them with some Herby Clover classic dairy snack, and you have the perfect bite that dreams are made of. And Liesel is in the kitchen. Liesel, are you ready to get into it?
Yes,
I love this.
ready.
And I know that all you know how to make is popcorn and eggs. So Tumi's gonna save and change your life. Let's go, Tumi.
Let's do it. Let's change Liesel's life and the rest of South Africa's life. It's a very simple recipe. We've shown you how to make a crumpet, right?
Yes,
We've got all those steps out of the way. But I'm like, how's about we, take it around the world? Let's go to Japan.
International.
Some flavor, you know?
Terminal A.
Exactly, Terminal A. And it starts off with these ingredients. You mentioned the egg separation step.
Yes.
This is what we've got. We've got our yolks that have been separated. We've got our whites that have been whisked already.
All right.
So to start it off, I'm going to go with my flour that goes into the center here. And then I've also got some sugar that's going in here. Let me just make a center.
Are you good at taking steps and directions and following a recipe, memorizing it, or would you need it written on like a book?
I am terrible at listening to recipes. I'm like, yes, and then
and then you
taste,
forget,
and then it's a disaster.
We put on the website for you.
Yeah, cool.
AfternoonExpress.co.
Absolutely.
All
I'm
right.
also going to visit as well.
No, she won't forget. She'll go onto the website. You know, just visit that more often. It's completely up to you. And then into this, I'm going in with our wet ingredients, which is our eggs, and then I'm going in with my milk. Now, normally, people would say you add your corn in there because we're using a corn flavor.
Yes.
I say don't. Wait first, mix this dough together so that you can then fold the sweet corn into there.
Okay.
And then once it's folded, then you also then fold your egg whites.
Whatever you've got in there.
Correct.
And tell me, Dumi, and this is something I'm sure that a lot of, vegans, for example, want to know. Alternatives, I'm sure that there are egg alternatives and all of that, of course, many of them. But, or if you're not vegan at all even, milk, can you use soy milk?
You could use almond milk, soy milk. You could even replace the egg whites that we've got here with aquafaba, which is, the liquid that we get from chickpeas.
Yeah.
We showed our viewers a couple of weeks ago where you can take that, whisk that up. Once you've whisked it, you basically get up to this consistency as well. So you can fold that in.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Well,
there's a lot here.
Liesel, you've got an apron on, and if you thought that was just for the look, baby, you got that all completely wrong. We need you to do something.
Great.
What can Liesel do?
Liesel, now
It's my day off. It's my day off.
We were talking about how we're filling these. It's delicious on its own, I promise you. However, we want to bring some flavor, more flavor into it. So you're going to make the filling for us. And all you do is you've got some cream cheese in front of you and some herbs, some zest. You can plop all of that together into the bowl. And
awesome.
Zach was showing off his elbow grease.
Yeah.
I think
you
can
show
do
off
this.
like a special skill. There we
Show
go.
us
That's
who you
my
are now.
girl.
And then fold all of those ingredients together, and this gives you a nice tangy flavor that goes with the creaminess of the sweet salsa corn that we've got in there. But that's not the end. While she's creaming that together, go in, like, girl. Put it all in there. It's nicely chopped.
All out.
It's up to you whether you want it chunky or if you want it very fine.
Okay.
But I like to keep it chunky so that every bite has a bit of those herbs in there.
You get every element.
But that's not the end.
Okay, there's more.
I need you to add some Clover Classic into...
So much for a day.
No. We like
Clover Classic, where does it go?
The Clover Classic goes into Liesel's mixture.
Okay,
now you see it's still nice and thick, so we want to loosen it up slightly with our Clover Classic in there. Just add a couple of tablespoons, I'll say 3.
So while Liesel is busy with that, and before I get into this, let me remind everyone, for me, I think, and you will have heard me many times speak about Clover Classic Dairy Snack. We know that it's deliciously smooth and creamy. It's a dairy snack made according to Clover's unique recipe. It's a source of many vitamins, 10 in fact, and it's available in 100 grams, 6-pack, 175 grams, 500 grams, 1 kg packs, really depending on the size of your family or how big you want to make this recipe, how many people you want to serve this to. There is something for you. Liesel, I'm going to take that off you and add some of our Clover Classic.
Yay.
There we go. You see, it's a production line, and we figured it out here.
Well-oiled, ne?
Well-oiled machine, just like the 70s. Yeah.
So now the batter batter's done. I've mixed in our sweet corn, but now we're talking about that airy Japanese pancake. And how it gets to that point is the addition of our egg whites. But you don't just add it all at once. I'm going to take about a third of it to go in there. Basically get it started already to put that air into it. So the first batch, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, the air deflating. Don't stress about that. It's just to make sure that it's all in there. And then fold in the rest of it. Now, this is going to give it that structure that you see. We're talking about a crumpet.
And you want the softness of it. Yes.
Correct. You want the softness, you want the structure from it. So you're getting structure not only from the bicarb that helps it rise in the oven, but you also get the structure from the egg whites that we've put in there. So it's almost like a souffle of sorts.
Yeah. It's like a silly posturpedic.
There we go. Queen, you know what I'm talking about. But here's the thing. The proof is always in what it tastes like when you give it a bite, right? It's never just about how it looks.
Correct.
So I'm going to ask Tumi to finish it up for us, or finish it off, and then you can tell us what you think of it. Are you good at piping?
I can pipe. Yes. Bagpipes.
Okay, cool. Okay. So let's see. How does this taste, Liesl?
Thanks,
Tell me.
While Liesl tells us what she thinks about that, I'm going to put these in the oven. They go in there at 170 degrees for about 5 to 8 minutes. Obviously, it does depend on your oven as well. So
then
just give it a look. But I'm going to start piping these babies in.
This is insane.
Great. Insane.
I love the corn. Yeah, insane.
That's the word that I'm looking for. That is the expression and the experience. So if you want to also get involved with this recipe, go on to Espresso. No. Afternoon Express.co.za to get the recipe.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste. Made with love by Clover.